So I did lose track of time today. Um, Funny things happen and it affects your mind chatter. So I had an experience with that this morning. Everything going smoothly, everything pretty organized. And then you allow an outer effect or outer influence to kind of fuel your self-questioning. Um, we deal with that all the time. I don't want to be super specific, but there are a lot of things in the world that are affecting us, a lot of things that are trying to affect us, trying to make us feel a certain way or believe the certain things that other people believe. We must take time to discern how we truly feel and what is truth to us individually. And that can be really difficult when it's someone close to you or something close to you. I guess I got a little specific there. So even though we have people around us that we love, they can also have fears of their own that reflect onto us. And then maybe there's some unpacking to do and reconnecting to do. So what better way to reconnect than to move the body, to breathe with the movement of the body in a vinyasa flow? So it's been a long time since we've done like a heated practice. So I invite you to take your socks off for this practice. You won't need any props, I don't think. Maybe a couple of blocks or like books. You can kind of bring the ground up a little higher for you. But we're going to be moving for the most part, moving and balancing, focusing on our center zone, our core, our center, and kind of staying strong in that so that everything else can move around in a free way. So, to the mats. We'll begin in a standing shape. So I think we did that last week. So just taking our stance hip width or a little bit wider, breathing, because I'll face this way. Closing your eyes if that feels safe for you to do. Making sure we have room in front of us to swing our arms. We'll inhale to reach the arms up parallel to the ears. Touch the hands together. Exhale, bring those hands down to the center of your chest. So let them fall. Inhale, swing those arms up parallel. Touch the hands. Bring those prayer hands down to in front of the chest. And again, inhale, reach up. Exhale, softly come down. Letting the arms release by your sides, palms face forward. Shoulders can kind of drop down away from your ears, just giving some room. And noticing, I'll turn myself a little bit so you can notice if you send your chest forward, you tend to have a little lordosis, so you kind of tip your tail back. See if you can sandwich your body with your hands. So one hand in front of your pelvis, one hand in the back, and then just kind of scooping them down, scooping your back body down, and just noticing how it feels to bring that section up and drop the back section down. You might be a tucker, so you might lean yourself a little bit forward. So you can do the same thing here. Kind of push yourself back a little bit. Find your hips over top of your ankles. Let go of your kneecaps. Relax the shoulders and see if you can kind of rely on this bottom portion of the body. Close your eyes. Rest your toes. Notice if you start to get a little lazy, if you start to scoop your tail back, let's just bring it in a little bit. You might even imagine your tailbone, even putting your hand in that zone and having it point directly to your heels. So that might help you tuck it a little bit. It might feel like you're really leaning forward, but you're not. Inhale, arms up, parallel. Touch the hands together and then bring those prayer hands down to in front of the chest. One more time. Inhale, sweep. And exhale down to the chest, hinging just from the hips. Start to send your tail behind you. Your hands can stop at the heart. And you can just begin to hinge, feeling your hamstrings lengthen. Go down as far as you can. Then just soften the knees if you'd like to really bring yourself down. You can drop the hands, drop the arms. You could keep the legs straight. Just see what you need. You could fold at the hips. You could fold at the belly button.
Inhale to a half lift. So hands can be on the shins or hands can be on the ground if you have long hands. Just drag your fingers toward your toes to lengthen out your back. Maybe look a little bit forward. Exhale to fold back over. Inhale a half lift. So you might choose the hands on the shins, just below the knees, straightening out the arms. Looking a little bit forward. Exhale, roll yourself back down, fold. One more time, a half lift of your choice. Lifting and lengthening the spine, reaching the rib cage away from the hips and fold. Inhale, rise up, reach up, look up if you like. Exhale, hands to the center of the chest. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, folding down. Inhale, a half lift. Exhale, folding down. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, down we go. Inhale, a half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to the center of the chest. 2 more times. Inhale, arms up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One last time, arms up. Fold forward. Half lift. Fold forward. Inhale, reaching up. Hands to heart. Sorry, I had a bit of an allergy. Allergy sweep. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands down to heart, hands at the hips. Just resting your hands on the hips, thumbs behind, fingers in front, shoulders relax down. Inhale, turning to the left, pulling your left shoulder back. Exhale, back to the center. Again, inhale to the left. Exhale. Inhale to the left. Exhale. Inhale to the right. Pull the right shoulder back. Exhale, face front. 2 more. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, a half lift. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees. Shift your weight to the balls of your feet. Wiggle your toes. Keep your knees parallel to each other. Hands to heart center, and lift the sternum up with your thumbs, sending your bum back behind you, sitting down. Knees are still bent, lifting the heart. And rotating inside the hip bones, sitting in, lift the chest a little bit higher, and then exhale to fold over your legs. Inhale, a half lift. Exhale to fold. Back into that no chair pose. So we're just about to sit down, balancing into the balls of the feet, wiggling the toes, lifting the heart up. Taking a moment. You can be a little higher if you like, you can be lower. 1 more breath. And then tip your weight forward and fold over the legs. Inhale, rise up, reach up, look up if you like. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, arms up. And fold over on your exhale. Find your fingertips, bend your knees, step your right foot back, land on the knee. Push into the front foot, inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, hands come back down. Planting the hands, lifting the back knee, stepping your left foot back to meet the right. Coming into plank or kneeling plank. Inhale where you are. Exhale, lower down. Tops of the feet press. And to pull the tops of your feet across the ground. Pull your hands toward your feet. Lift and lengthen your heart forward. Lift the chin. And then push your hands forward. Settle back into your belly. Tuck your toes under. Come up through your knees and back to downward dog. Pedal your feet, take a moment. Push your hands forward, send your hips behind you. Inhale to reach your right leg up and back. Exhale, bend the knee, step the right foot forward, lower the left knee down. Inhale, come up with the arms. Exhale, plant the hands down, lift up your back knee, step the left foot forward to meet your right. Folding down, inhale a half lift. Exhale, folding down. Inhale, rising up. A little sniffly. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, folding forward. A half lift on your inhale. And exhale to float down. Step your left foot back, land on the knee. Inhale, push into your front foot, reach the arms up. Exhale, come back down, plant the hands, lift up your back knee, lengthen out your back leg or keep the knee down. Step your right foot back to meet your left in a plank. Big inhale wherever, knees down or knees lifted. Exhale to lower down, bend the elbows close to the ribs. Untuck the toes, pull the tops of the feet across the ground, so toward you as you pull your hands toward your feet. Lengthen, inhale. Push your hands forward, exhale, land on your soft belly. Tuck your toes, come up through plank or kneeling plank, and then up and back to downward dog. Pedal the heels, take a breath in and out. Inhale, the left leg comes up. Exhale, the knee bends, planting the foot forward. Stay high on the ball of your back foot, press through the front. Inhale, reach your arms up. And exhale, bringing the fingertips down, hop your back foot forward to meet your front. Folding over. Inhale, a half lift. Exhale, folding over. Inhale, rise up, reach up, look up. Exhale, hands to heart. Let's take 3 breaths, standing at the top of the mat. The hands can touch or the arms can relax down. And just take in your breath. Take in your temperature, your heartbeat. Notice you and how you feel, your body. One more breath. And inhale, scoop the arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. Shift your weight into the right foot so you can step the left foot back onto the ball of the foot, bending through the front knee. So our little high lunge. Inhale, arms come up. Drop the back ankle. Open up the torso to the long end of your mat. So we're turning into a warrior 2, bending into the front knee, kind of drawing your left shoulder back a little bit. And kind of focusing on the front heel, see if you can turn the heel in toward the center of the mat slightly so we can feel an opening in the top of the front thigh. Turn the front palm up, reach really far forward, and then scoop your arm up and back as you sweep your back arm behind you, opening up the whole line of your front body. And then exhale, windmill the arm. So bring your back arm up above you, come up on the ball of your back foot, planting the hands down, stepping back into your version of plank. So you could lower your knees, inhale, exhale, slide forward a little bit, elbows tight, tops of the feet press, inhale, cobra. Exhale, landing back down, tuck the toes under through the knees or popping up to plank and up and back to downward dog. You can look between the thumbs, hop, step, or float toward that space. Inhale, a half lift. Exhale, folding over. Inhale, rise up, reach up. Exhale, hands to the center of the chest. Feet about hip width apart. Take that breath or 2. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, folding over. Inhale, a half lift. Exhale, folding over, planting the feet, stepping the right foot back behind you onto the ball of the foot. Inhale, arms come up, reach up. Exhale, turn the back heel down, open up your arms and your chest and your pelvis to the long end of the mat on the other side.
Pull your right shoulder back slightly. Kind of heel or kind of hop your left heel inward a little bit toward the inside of the mat. Open up the inner thigh. Take a breath. Turn the front palm, reach far forward, inhale. Exhale, sweep your arm up and your back arm behind you, opening up that front line of the body. Exhale, windmill, so your back arm comes up overhead, turning the front body, tuck the back toes under, and then stepping back to plank. You can come into a flow, you can go to downward dog, you can come into upward dog, rolling over the toes. Maybe you roll back over them to come up and back to downward dog. Inhale to look between the thumbs. Exhale, walk toward that space, come into a forward fold. Release your body down, shake the head no and yes, and relax as best you can. Give your neck a chance to release a little bit from all that looking around. Inhale, a half lift. Exhale, folding over. Inhale, rise up, reach up, look up. Touch your hands together. Exhale, bring them down in front of the chest. Heel toe your feet together. So wiggling those feet so they can touch the knees. Maybe you put something between them if it's a little too bony to squeeze, but just a little squeeze to keep them in line with each other. And start to bend the knees. Send the bum a little behind you. Come into the ball of the foot so you can lift up the heel a little. You can lift up the toes, rock yourself a little back and forth to notice where you're at. And the chest is pointed forward and up. So we have this back bend here. The arms could be lifted alongside the ears if you like to. The squeezing of the legs can just help us stay in the center. Let's take a nice big breath. Sink down a little more. Arms can be up or hands to heart. Going to shift your weight a little bit into the right foot. Step the left foot back and on an angle, open up your front body to the long end of the mat into warrior two. Settling the shoulders over the hips. So we might want to lean forward. Let's see if we can settle everything in the center. Then we'll sweep our back arm down and forward to come back into that no chair pose. So you're going to pivot on your back foot, sweep your back arm forward as you step your front foot forward, your back foot forward, sinking into that chair pose, hands to heart or hands lifted. So we'll try on the other side really easily, really slowly. Shift your weight into your left foot, kick your right foot back, turn it on an angle, and then open up your chest, your pelvis to the long end of the mat, shoulders over hips. Get a feel for it. And when we're coming back, pivot on the ball of the back foot, sweep your back arm forward, step the foot forward, and settle into chair. Hands to heart, tip your weight forward and fold over. So we'll take a couple of breaths just to get our brains kind of used to how that feels in the body. In through the nose, out through the nose. Take one more nice good breath. Maybe you sigh it out. Heel toe the feet closer together. Shift the weight into the ball of the feet. So lift your toes a little bit. Feel that meaty part of your foot. Bend the knees, send your hips back, hands to heart. Lift the sternum forward. So hands can come up, or arms can come up if we like to, alongside the ears, reaching. So inhale here, shift your weight into your right foot, kick your left foot back, turn it on an angle, open up the arms, come to warrior two. And then we'll close it. Arm comes down, pivot on the foot, step forward and sink. Beautiful. Go back to the other side, arm out, and then forward we come. Shifting down. So finding a little grace, stepping back, opening up, sweeping down, forward step. Step back, turn the foot, sweep that back arm back, sink, and then down to the ground, pivot the foot, step forward. Let's do 3 more on each side. Arm comes down, down and forward, sink. Down comes the arm, step back. sink. Down comes the arm, pivot, and step forward. 2 more on each side. Use the sweep of the arm to bring you forward and back. Use the breath. Inhale to open. Exhale to come back. One more on this side if we're following at the exact same time, which is highly unlikely. Sweep back forward. We'll meet at the front, sink, and fold. Relax your arms, relax your neck, your head, your shoulders. Inhale, a half lift. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, rise up, reach up. Touch the hands together, a little back bend. Exhale, hands to heart. Beautiful. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale to fold. Plant the hands, step onto the knees one at a time. Open up the knees, nice and wide. Tops of the feet press down, sink the hips back. Find what you need to feel comfortable in a child's pose. You might want to put your head down. You might stack your fists under your forehead. And take some breath. Take some wiggles. Maybe rock into your hips a little bit. Rock across the tops of your feet, your ankles. You could extend your arms long, or you could tuck them along your sides. And let's take 5 breaths. Just in a little check-in time. And if we feel like we want to sigh it out, then take that opportunity to let a big sigh out of your mouth. And one more nice, good long one. And then reaching your hands as far forward as you can. Lift your hips up off your heels, bring your shoulders over your wrists. Tuck your toes under, push the ground away, push your hands forward, lift your hips up toward the sky, downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Wiggle yourself, take a moment, keep pushing your hands forward, send your hips back. Take the weight out of your shoulders. You could step the feet farther back. You could bring the feet farther forward. Inhale to take the right leg up and back, big reach. Exhale the knee to the chest, step your right foot forward. Lower your left heel down, bend your front knee, and then come into warrior 2. So you might reach your arms forward, and then sweep your left arm back. Fingertips point behind you, settling down here, shoulders over hips. Bending that front knee, maybe you turn the heel inward a little bit to encourage the thigh to open out. Take a breath here. And then bend your front elbow, tip yourself down so you can place the forearm on top of the front thigh. You can reach the top arm up toward the sky if you like to, kind of extend out. Big breath. And you might bring that top arm, kind of turning the pinky downward and extending it over your ear or alongside your head and your ear. And the arm can come back up, so the arm points up toward the sky. Let's pivot our back foot, sweep that front arm up toward your side, turning the pelvis down, coming into a lunge, a high lunge here. Big breath in, take a moment, and then turn yourself back into that extended angle. So we'll turn our chest back to the side, so warrior 2. Bending the front elbow, placing the forearm on top of the thigh, and then the arm can come alongside the ear or up toward the sky. We'll do that one more time. Reaching the arm up toward the sky, pivoting the back foot, sweeping your right arm open and up, turning ourselves to face the front. And then back to warrior 2. Anchor into the foot, bend the front elbow, place the forearm on top of the thigh, and the arm can come up. So one more breath. We'll need a little more room in front of us, so I'm going to scoot myself back. So we're in our extended angle here. We'll come into that lunge shape, so we'll pivot the back foot, sweep your right arm up, face forward, and then exhale to bring your hands down toward the ground. So we're going to want to pay a lot of attention to the right foot and the right hand, especially the right hand. You're going to step the right hand to the right of the right foot. Our our left hand, you're going to point your fingertips toward your left foot. So we have those long limbs. We're reaching back toward our left heel with our left fingertips. And then you're going to bend the left knee to bounce ourselves forward. So see if you can hop yourself forward. So we're going to hop this foot forward. Maybe we can continue to hop it forward and land down on our bums. And we can try it again if we want to see what that was like. Keep your foot in that lunge, step back. Left hand behind you, or the right fingertips are here to help you. When we sweep, we can use our left arm as momentum. So bend your left knee, give yourself a little hop, see how far you get. Then maybe you sweep it through and step onto your left or your right bum cheek. Just give it a few practices, see how it feels for you. So using that right hand is going to be really helpful. You can lean to the right a little bit so you can control the movement of the left. Anchoring the left heel, the right foot on the left side. And let's put it on the left side, yeah. Let's kick that right foot over across the left leg. So we're in this twist, arms come up, and we'll twist to the right. So you can hug your right knee with your left arm, or you can cross it over to the other side of the thigh, the front of the thigh. So the right fingertips can be behind you somewhere. I advise to kind of come up onto your fingertips and then push your hand away from your spine so that you have a little bit of room and you twist through the arm. So your elbow pit turns with you, which in turn, peels open your shoulder. So give a couple options. You can hug the knee, or you can park the outside of the arm to the front of the leg. So we'll do 3 breaths in our twist. Really tall through the inhale and really soft through the exhale. One more time, twisting through your back arm. And inhale, arms can come up in front of you, parallel to the ears. And exhale, hands can float down. We'll uncross the legs. Find your legs both long. Maybe you pat them down a little bit. And then we'll swing the legs to the side, come into all fours. From all fours, tuck your toes under, push your hands forward to lift your knees, send your hips up and back, downward dog. Inhale to pick up your left leg, up and back. Exhale, bend the knee and step the left foot forward. Beautiful. So we'll anchor down the right heel, come into warrior 2. So we'll reach both arms forward and then open up your right arm, pointing your right fingertips behind you, bending your front knee, sinking down, shoulders over hips. Take a breath. Inhale, exhale, and we'll bend the front elbow, tip ourselves forward so we can place the forearm on top of the thigh, and that top arm can reach up toward the sky. Maybe it comes alongside the ear, turning the pinky downward, so forward and down, kind of rotating through the arm. It's helpful for the shoulder, and you can just reach, reach, reach. Our arms extended, bring it back up to point to the sky. Then we'll go ahead and pivot through the back foot, sweeping your top arm down and forward. That left arm comes out and up. Take a breath. And then we'll go back into the warrior 2. So let's go back, sweeping your back arm down and back. And then the front forearm down to the thigh. Then maybe your top arm up across the ear. And then up we go, turning ourselves into that lunge, back foot, sweep, and up. And then come down, give yourself room in front of yourself. So we'll go through it nice and slow first. Your left fingertips to the left of your left foot, nice and wide. And then your right fingertips point back to your right foot, to your right heel. And we give a little bump. Give your little bounce in your knee and see if you can hop that foot forward and maybe you land down on the bum. So that's where we're landing, but we'll try it again. So if we want to see, we keep our left foot where it was.
Step back with the right. Come into the lunge. Use your right arm as momentum. Use your left fingertips as stability. So bend your right knee and then scoop it forward, setting down on the bum. Maybe, maybe not. Something to try, something to grow with. We'll cross the left foot over the right leg. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, twisting to the left. So your choice whether you cradle that front knee or you cross the arm over to the other side, kind of on the back of your tricep. Your back hand, find the fingertips, and then see if you can turn through your arm. And you pivot the elbow pit to peel the shoulder open. A few breaths here. Pushing your fingertips away from your spine and then turning into them. So take the option with your right arm that makes sense. Just a couple more. Length in your inhale, soft in your exhale. One more. And then the arms sweep up forward and relax them down. We'll uncross the left leg, give ourselves a little moment to reconnect, and then bend the knees, let them fall out, let your feet touch together. You can hold on to your ankles and then just start to draw circles with your torso. You can hold on as tight as you need to be able to lean back and tip forward. Give yourself lots and lots of support. Then you might change directions just when it feels right for you. Maybe in another couple rotations, or you already did. And just getting the little pieces of the shoulders. We'll do one more big stretch in the shoulders. And one more stretch with the legs. We'll extend the right leg out. Find the outside of your left hip. So not where we wish it would be or where it used to be, where it actually is. So placing your hand gently on the outside of your hip, hopping your left foot, the outer edge of your left foot, flush with the outer edge of your hip. So kind of hugging it in. You can bring both hands in to really tuck it in. We want it nice and flush with how wide the hip comes out when you're seated. So mine is actually just a little bit wider there when I look. And then we'll bring that left arm to the inside of the left leg. So the reason why we want that space is so we have room to tuck ourselves in. And then flexing through that right heel, we're gonna reach our heart toward the toes. So we can find our fingertips down, and we can kind of find ourselves leaning forward. This left knee is also going to lean forward. When we lean forward, your hip will likely come up off the ground. If it does, that's okay, is what I'm kind of getting at. And then we're going to continue to push the left foot down on the ground, allowing it to help us lean forward. And then you might find a strap or something to hold on. You might find toes to grab onto or your pants. We're just going to kind of let ourselves fold in this funny shape here. And if this feels pretty interesting to be in, if being up higher is better for you, or stepping your left foot out a little bit more to give yourself more room, do that. If you'd like to find a little bind, so getting into the shoulders a little, extend your left arm, point your thumb down. So thumbs down, and then bend the elbow, scoop your arm around. So the thumb bends up kind of upward as you spin it around. And your right arm will come and sweep and reach for your left. So you might find your left hand, again, use your clothing, your pants, anything, a strap. And then what we're going to do is continue to hinge forward. And this leg, this left leg, is going to help us as we lean. The knee is drawing ourselves more forward. We can draw the nose to the knee or the heart to the toes, and just have that knee kind of pull us forward. One more breath here, all tied up and twisted. Wherever you ended up, folded over, compressed. And then letting ourselves go, the right arm can come out. Your thumb is
Up, and then when you sweep it down, it'll go down and back up again. So let's just extend the leg. Take a moment. And then we'll go to the right. So the right foot, the outer edge of the foot to the outer edge of your hip. So really take a moment. Try to find the true outer edge of your beautiful hip. And see if you can get even that width is good. We want that actually. So let's see how far, how much space we have. And then sweep your right arm to the inside of your right leg. So you can come down low. We can fold ourselves down like so. Nose to the knee, heart to the toes, whatever feels most prominent for you. Flexing through the ankles, just a good anchoring point. Something to touch base with your mind. And then you might want to bind, so you can start with the thumbs up if you want, nice positive. We're going to go thumbs down with that arm, and then bend the elbow, then you end up with a good thumbs up anyway. Let's reach our left arm, sweep it behind. You might find something close to that hand, or the hand itself. Then we're going to continue to hinge ourselves forward. Your left or your right hip might pop up off the ground. Your right knee could be a nice way to help you hinge forward as you lean. There's a lot of activity on the top of your planted foot. I'm sure you felt that on the other side. A lot of activity and lactic acid flowing through the ankle. We'll just spend a couple more breaths. Big in, big out. One more. And if we're bound up, let's go ahead and unbind. Sweep, thumbs up, thumbs down, and come back out again. Extend both legs. Give yourself a little sweep. Maybe sweep all the way down to your feet. From your hips, all the way down your legs, inside, outside, and top. And jiggle your legs around. Just wiggle your knees. Give yourself a little bounce. In through the nose, out through the nose. Check in on your legs. Let your bones kind of wiggle around a little bit. And then we'll take our feet into a boat pose. So first, with that extended leg, all you're gonna do is bend your knees enough so your foot plants. That's it. So that's your distance here. We'll hold the backs of the legs and kind of scoop our heart forward. So we come onto the front edges of our sits bones. So those bony parts. You might even step your feet a little wider so you can kind of scoot past your glute muscles. They can kind of get scooted behind you. And then you can get onto those bony parts and then walk your feet closer together again. So we're going to try to stay on those little perches of our hips. And how we're going to do that is just lean back a little bit. You can walk those feet a little closer toward you on the tippy toes. We could stay like this, or we can begin to lift the feet upward, still staying on those little perches of our hips. We might find a little bit of lift. We might have them still touching. It doesn't really matter. We could still hang on to the backs of the legs or open up the hands to the sides. And we're going to use as much power in our muscles as possible to control our motion of coming down to the ground. You can take as long as you possibly can. So we roll a little bit past those sits bones. We find those little shaky, quaky muscles. We start to extend our limbs very slowly, noticing those quakes and shakes. And try to take a little more time before you let go. A little more time. And then finally, walking your feet a little wider. Let your thumbs roll out. And allow all of your efforts fall away from that center tension. From that core line, that gripping center. You can let everything fall away. In through the nose, out through the nose. or a big sigh out of the mouth. Just one more breath, and we'll take a moment to protect this lower back or to give it a little soothe. Bending one knee, planting the foot, bending the other. Let's tuck the tail upward a little bit so you can flatten out the lower portion of your back, and then let the knees fall together. So the feet can be a little closer. They can be hip width if that's comfortable, or a little wider. Just notice and feel what feels really supported to you. I find sometimes in this shape, folks will put their feet really far apart, and that might feel a little bit stressful on the hips being so rotated inward. So you might walk the feet in to hip width, like distance, and then let the knees fall together. A little less strain on the bones, the ligaments attaching to your hips. So just another couple of breaths to really let everything soften. In through the nose, maybe a big sigh out of the mouth. And then bringing your right knee to your chest. You can interlace your fingers to the shin and really let that leg come in. It can come to more of the outside of the rib if that feels nice to widen out the hips a little bit. And your left knee is just going to fall outward onto the outside of your left foot. So right knee toward the chest, left knee just falls out. Maybe the foot can be farther or closer to the body. It's just going to be another breath. And try to relax. And then set the left foot back down, the knee points up. Extend the right leg up to the sky. Support the back of your leg with your interlaced fingers. Maybe you flex the heel or point the toes. Just going to spend a little time cooling down the legs. We can circle through the ankles. One direction and the other. And your knee bends, your left or right arm comes to the inside of your right leg. You can hold on to the outer edge of your foot or the ankle, and then just point the heel to the sky. So you're just letting your right thigh fall to the outside of your right hip, your right rib cage. And we're not really using our arm for much other than holding this leg in space. So there's no pushing going on. We're just trying to lift the heel away from the hip. And your left hand can be on your left hip just to kind of secure that space, if that helps mentally. And then pass your right foot into your left hand. Bring your right ankle on top of your left thigh, just below the knee. And then push down through your left foot into the ground. Shift your hips to the right a little bit so you can let all of the legs fall over to the left, all of your two legs over to the left. You might hold on to your right ankle with your left hand, just for security's sake, or if it stays put, you can just place the hands wherever you want them to be. And we'll do 3 breaths here. One more nice steady breath. And then bringing the legs back up, you can push to the outer edge of your left foot to kind of help with that process. The hips can square, then uncross the legs. Bring the left knee to your chest, interlace the fingers to the shin, just kind of tugging that knee toward you, either directly or to the side of your ribs. And once you have a nice hold and secure of that, let your right knee, I knew I'd do that, let your right knee fall out to the right. So coming onto the outer edge of your right foot, and just letting that right hip and leg be heavy, a little bit lazy. And see if you can let go of the inner line of your hip. And soften up what you can. And bring your right knee to point back up, your foot plants. The left arm to the inside of your left leg, maybe the outer edge of the foot you get a hold of, or the ankle. We're just lifting the heel away from the hip. So again, the hand is not doing very much. It's just holding it in space. And then you can begin to allow your thigh to sink to the outside of your rib cage. Your right hand can be on your right hip for a little bit of security. The heel is lifting away from the hip. One more breath or so here. And then place your left foot in your right hand so you can cross the ankle over the right thigh. And press down through your right foot to shift your hips over to the left. And then your legs will fall to the right. You can hold on to your left ankle with your right hand if you like, if that's kind of stabilizing for you or secure for you. If not, if it feels fine just on its own, you can bring the hands wherever you want them. Maybe they're open, maybe they're on top of your torso on the front. And soften what you can. A couple more cycles of breath. And when you're ready, pressing to the outside of your right foot can help bring everything back up. And shifting your hips back to the center, uncrossing the legs. Step your feet nice and wide and just start to kind of let your knees fall side to side. So you can rock through your heels and your feet, roll through the bones in your hips. And just let anything that needs to move with this motion be tugged along. And then finally, trying to find a relaxing shape to lay in for a little time. So maybe it's a long shape where everything is long. You spread your limbs out, you let your thumbs roll away, your toes. You could kind of squeeze your shoulders back toward each other to flatten out your back. Maybe you tuck your chin under, or perhaps you lay on your stomach or lay on your side. Maybe you have pillows or blankets or socks, or you want to just get right back into bed. You can do that. I'm going to sit up for my little meditation. So don't be alarmed. Don't feel like you need to change anything about your shape or your place. And we'll settle ourselves in, close your eyes if that feels good for you to do. And I'll read you a little entry here that I found in this book by Zach Beach, who has a really funny intro of how he found himself writing these stories and words. So this one is called Take Shape. So, what inside of you is waiting to take shape? How will your silhouette against the sky change once your wings are fully spread? What purpose of yours has remained lurking in the shadows, waiting for an open invitation? Only you can live your life. Only you must live your life. Only you must meet this frontier of the future with courage in spite of loneliness. The story on the blank page of today is slowly becoming visible before it remains forever unchanged. What would you wish for it to say? Life has sprung from bare earth, this universe from emptiness. Both took their time. Give permission for a whispered revelation to unfold before you and walk into it with a hunger and a knowing. Allow your body to rest, your practice to seep into every cell of your being, knowing that I will bring you back when it's time. And staying exactly where you landed. No need to move, to change anything. Just invite that mindful breath. Feel the breath, notice where it is, the quality of it, how much there is. And use your breath to expand your torso, finding more space in your chest your ribs, your belly, your back, your side body. And take the next few breaths to reacquaint yourself with your physical pieces. You might sweep your arms overhead and point your toes and make a really long stretch out of your body. You might hug your knees into your chest and give yourself a little hug in, rocking a little side to side, spending a breath or two on your side, maybe, and eventually finding your way up into a seated shape. And then notice and feel whatever there is to notice and feel. Close your eyes and settle your bones. Relax your back. Placing one hand over your heart, your other hand over your belly. Big breath in through the nose and a big long sigh out of the mouth. My heart is at ease, knowing what's meant for me will not pass me by, and what passes me by was not meant for me. Inhale, reaching the arms up. Big circle to finish the practice. Hands can touch and come down in front of the heart. Close your eyes and thank yourself, love yourself, notice yourself. And Om, Shanti, Shanti, all the sounds of the universe, and peace, peace, divine peace.